okay, man, I got it. So for this 100th episode, I'm going to take it old school and do what we did in the very first video we made back in 2009.
And what was that?
Doing a J-turn.
Do you even still remember how to do one of those?
Yeah, dude, it's like riding a bike, right? I got this. Hey guys, welcome to Gear Tasting. Today we are celebrating big milestones. So we have been on YouTube since April 30th, I think was the publication date of 2009 on our very first video, which was doing a J-turn, which I still haven't seen a good J-turn on YouTube since that video, but hey, I digress. The point of this today is really to say thank you to all you guys out there. You guys that have been with us since 2009, maybe you just found us yesterday, it doesn't matter. We're very appreciative for the fact that you're even watching our videos and subscribing. We just hit 50 million views on YouTube, which is a huge milestone. I really can't even get over that number. Like, I mean, I know it's been 8 years, but at the same time, it's kind of surreal that our videos have been watched 50 million times. That's a huge number. And we hit a big milestone a couple years back when we reached 100,000 subscribers, and now we're close to running up on 250,000 subscribers. So that's huge to us too. And I can't tell you how much we appreciate every single watch, every single comment. Anything that you guys do to give us feedback is massive to us, especially me. I started this YouTube channel myself in my home office. Well, really the spare bedroom in my house is where I started. I used to have headless videos because I thought at one time I was going to go into contracting after the military, and it just never wound up happening. I was like, yeah, I need to probably show my face one of these days. So if you watch some of our earlier videos, I'm just sitting there at the table in my spare bedroom with my head cut off. So it's a little weird to watch, but that was the initial videos that we had way back in the day, which was a Wednesday, by the way. But today, not only recognizing those milestones, which is what we want to do today, but also we want to give back to you guys too. So we've got a pretty cool giveaway that we've put together to kind of celebrate these milestones, and we'll get into that in a minute. But I also really want to just speak one more time to the effect that you guys have had on our growth on ITS. And you know, YouTube is kind of, it's been interesting, the growth that we've had on YouTube, because it hasn't been all of a sudden. It's been a very steady growth on YouTube. People have found us through one way or another, whether it was getting out of zip ties, which, you know, we made the very first video that was ever on YouTube on how to escape from zip ties, and that was big. That was probably back in 2010, and that's probably got, you know, a good 5-6 million views all by itself, as well as those different methods of escaping zip ties. So I really feel like we've been able to be pioneers a little bit on YouTube for some of the information and skill set stuff that we've put out over the years. Of course, there's plenty of places to find that stuff now, but it was very interesting back in the day. I caught a lot of crap for releasing some of that information. It wasn't always the hottest topic to talk about. You know, a lot of people had a problem with some of that information, and I feel like the more empowered that I can make you guys at home, the better. So the more that you're able to stay safe and take care of your families, and you know, even this gear tasting series helps in some way too. If that can help you not spend your money more wisely, is kind of the goal of gear tasting as well. So the show started out, we're now on our 100th episode, which is crazy. That's another big milestone we're obviously celebrating today. I kind of undertoned that, but we've had 100 episodes. That means every week for, you know, pretty much the past 2 years, we've been bringing you a new episode every Thursday, which it's tough to do. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Coming up with new intros and coming up with things to talk about each week, even on a weekly basis, it can be daunting, especially with all the other stuff we get tasked with and that we're doing here on ITS to help the company grow. So I do feel like it's a really good outlet for us. I love the fact that I'm able to produce that kind of content on a weekly basis, and couldn't do it without Rob and our team at ITS. So the team here has been really instrumental in being able to allow us to do those kind of projects and continue the videos and things like that. So that's definitely where we want to go in the future, and we've got big plans for YouTube. We're certainly not going anywhere. We're going to continue gear tasting for the foreseeable future, obviously. But we really do want to invest more in our video. I feel like that's the way the the internet's going and things like that too. So we've got big plans. That's kind of why we created the Patreon page, and I won't go too far in depth into that, but I will just ask, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, it would mean the world to us if you do want to subscribe. We've got this giveaway, which I'll talk about here in a second again. I know I keep hinting at that. But just subscribing is huge to us. If you can't donate on Patreon, if you can't spare the $2 a month, that's cool. I don't mind at all. But if you do want to support what we're doing here, because the content is free, we're not charging you anything to watch these videos or produce this content. This is all given to you guys with nothing more than just a watch. So if you can do that kind of stuff, we very much appreciate it. If not, that's cool too. Keep watching, keep enjoying the content. Feedback is huge. Even negative feedback is great. And I try not to get involved in too many comments when they start getting heated, but if you're able to critically speak about something that you feel is a fault that we're doing on YouTube or the show or even company-wide, I do want to hear about it, because I take that feedback seriously, and that's the way we grow as a company too. So don't be afraid to leave that stuff too. I love, we always love reading positive comments and love to hear the way we're influencing you guys and helping you guys. But I know there's stuff that we could be doing better too. So that's kind of the point with the comments and feedback and stuff in general. But anyway, let's get to what you can win, because I know that's a big thing for you guys, and I want it to be too. I want to be able to give you guys back something for all the watches and subscriptions and things like that too. So what we put together today is a pretty big prize pack. We tried to kind of look at our product line as a whole and think about what are some things that we could put together that represent a kind of a well-rounded prize pack from the products that we have and things that can help you out a lot at home. And what we chose is, first of all, we're going to do one of our crew covers. These are made in the US. I feel like they're the best cover that you can buy on the market today, but I'm a little biased obviously. But they are made really well. They have this wicking sweatband on the inside. They're made in the US. This is just a phenomenal hat, and I really love these things, and it's my go-to hat, obviously. Then we want to give you one each of our sizes of zip bags. So we talked about these on the last episode if you watched it. So we've got our standard zip bag, nylon zip bag, the skinny, and then the mini size too. So these are available in Coyote, Black, or Multicam. We'll let you pick whichever one you want. Colorway, obviously subject to what we have in stock, but I think we have everything right now, so that shouldn't be a problem. You can also win a titanium pocket tool. This is the thing that I swear by on a regular basis, what I carry. Love these things. There's also a Vargo titanium whistle, which fits perfectly in our little mini survival kit. And if you're familiar with these, this is built from years of research. I've been using a lot of survival kits over the years, and we put this together painstakingly with all the best stuff on the market. So you'll be hard-pressed to find another survival kit on the market that equals the amount of stuff that's in here and the value you're getting in this kit, as well as the quality of the materials. And then we also included the EDC kit. This is our pocket-sized trauma kit. We started out making trauma kits. That was one of our first big products that we had. And this was back in 2010 is probably when we first started carrying a trauma kit. You'd be surprised the lack of vacuum-sealed trauma kits that were on the market in 2010. It was almost non-existent. So that's kind of where the impetus came from as to why I wanted to start making these kits, is because no one was really doing that on a commercial level. The military was using blowout kits and vacuum-sealed kits, but there just weren't good options for the civilian side, and which I think is important, as many of you probably agree, to carry trauma kit components on a regular basis too, to be able to treat the 3 leading causes of preventable death. Whereas our EDC kit is more the main leading cause of preventable death, which is bleeding out. So that's what this kit covers. It's got a soft T-wide tourniquet in it, a pack of combat gauze, and a pair of gloves. So this is very pocket sized. It can fit in your back pocket. Love these things. This is kind of one of our original ideas too, with a pocket-sized trauma kit that can treat bleeding out. Also, we're including one of our urban kits, so this is kind of our escape and evasion kit, if you will. It's got our signature handcuff keys or skeleton keys in it, along with some other components that will help you escape and evade. While you can keep it in this little storage case, which I love these things. These are probably the coolest cases ever. But you can keep it all in this stuff, or you can stash it around your person, which is probably the more likely scenario if you're trying to hide those kind of components if you're trying to escape and evade. So we'll also throw in some other things that are just kind of some odds and ends that we're going to throw in. Also some special stuff that you'll just have to win to find out. Also throwing in one of these gear tasting mugs, so that'll be in there too. So that's kind of the components of what we're going to do for the giveaway. So how do you win? So what I want to hear about and what we've talked about is we would love to know what your favorite video is. So is there a specific part from a video? If it's a gear tasting, you know, what part in the gear tasting was your favorite? You know, also I'd love to hear how long you guys have been watching our channel. You don't have to put that in there. Really, the only requirement is to, you know, find a clip that you like and, you know, let us know in the comments. But we're going to select a winner from the comments, and we will select one by next gear tasting. So we will announce it on the next gear tasting. And those are really the only requirements. We'd, you know, I usually say it's US only, but, you know, I'm going to make it global. If you guys are watching from overseas, please feel free to enter this too. I don't mind incurring the international shipping. I feel like the international viewers are just as much a part of the success of our YouTube channel as anybody else. So thank you guys again. This has been huge. I mean, to be able to say we've been on YouTube for 8 years and to post the kind of numbers we've got is just, it's humbling. It's just fantastic. So I don't know how else to say it. Thank you guys again. And if, like I said, if you don't mind subscribing, if you're not, that would really help us out. We do want to continue to grow the channel, and then check out our Patreon link. We're going to put it in. There's no requirement to join Patreon to enter this giveaway, but we do have some pretty cool stuff to give you back if you are a patron over there. So thanks again, and thanks for watching.